chapter 1 for today. So our chapter 1 talks about introduction to communication skills. Shall you know the meaning of communication?
Okay.
So in this chapter, I'll be telling you the definition of communication and the roles of communication. Just 2 points: definition and roles.
Ma, can you hold on? Let me find a note.
Okay.
Jot down.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Habib. Okay, I just want to know if you are still here. Don't worry, you can unmute it. I hope you are listening, Isha. Yeah, don't worry. I said I'm going to send you the screen recording. I'll send it to you. Then I will send a slide too. So you can unmute. So Ms. Aisha, are you ready? Okay then. You are.
I didn't see a pen.
You didn't say a pen. Okay, no problem.
Yes.
You just have to listen to me. Just listen to how I'm saying it. We are going to be communicating together. So even if you find out by, we are going to be saying it together too. So you can actually go through the slide I will send to you just to revise. But everything I'm saying now is going to be in the slide, like I used to do to you guys in the class. So should we continue?
Yes.
So I said in this chapter, we are only talking about definition of communication and roles of communication, just 2 parts. So the part 1, which talks about definition of communication, listen attentively. They said communication is the interchange of information. Shall you know the meaning of interchange? Like trade by barter. Communication, they said communication is the interchange of information. Interchange means like trade by barter. Abi?
Yes.
Communication is the interchange of information between or among 2 or more persons. Are you getting me?
I understand. Yes.
So they now say that is attempting to ensure that a common basis of understanding for understanding the message that is communicated between or among them. So communication has to do with conversing between 2 people or more. Do you get that?
Okay.
So they say it also covers body language, personal manners, and the way these are exhibited in styles and effects. So this communication also covers that, because body language is part of communication too. I don't have to speak to you before I can communicate to you. Abi?
Yes.
And they say personal manners. It means when you are eating, maybe you're on the table, you are eating, you refuse to talk. Whether you like it or not, you are communicating to people that are looking at you. If 10 people are looking at you, at least 1 person will pick out of it. This person is not talking. No. So it's a form of communication. Whether you are aware or you are not, you are communicating. So that's the part of communication. We are done with definition. I hope you understand what communication means. So do you understand what communication means?
Yes, ma.
So we are going to the second part, which says roles of communication. Do you know the meaning of roles?
Like what is under communication?
Exactly. By all these reasons why we communicate. The reason why there's a birth for this communication. Those are the rules of communication. So we have just 6. Number 1 says that facilitate. Let me just highlight it first before I start defining and giving you illustration. So number one says that facilitates recipient's level of understanding. Number two says that elicits receiver's response. Number three states that creates good relations. Number four states that creates organization goodwill. Number five says that inform. While number six says that it entertains. So let's go back to number one and explain and give illustration. Number one says that it facilitates recipient's level of understanding. What this means is that I cannot be talking to a toddler as if I'm talking to an adult. You understand? I cannot be talking to you and be giving you information and say, okay, there means Alade Aishat, there's class 2:00. Like that information is not complete and you will not understand it. Because I am the only one, I am the sender. I am the only one that have total understanding of what I want to say. So if I'm trying to communicate to you, I need to communicate it in a way that you will understand it. Are you getting me?
Yes.
If I'm telling an old student that, okay, we have class by 2, an old student already knows that, okay, this class will be online. Every Tuesday class is always online. But a new student will not understand, irregardless of the age of the person. You understand? So I need to be explicit enough. This information, I need to say it for you to understand in your own level of understanding. So let me give you illustration on this. They said, for example, if a manager were to leave a note on the table of his driver with the message quoted as "we are traveling." Do you get me?
Yes.
That is, a manager of a company leaves a note on the table of his driver, writing that "we are traveling," just "we are traveling." So I can said it is obvious that the message will mean very little to the recipient, as both manager and driver will not attend share meaning. They won't attain the same meaning on this message. The issue likely to arise in the mind of the driver are many, such as 1. Where are we traveling to? 2. What time are we traveling? What date are we traveling? How long are we going to be away? What preparation do I need to make on the company car if we are traveling in the official vehicle? The manager's message does not in any way address any of the issues in the above circumstances. So the manager's message may simply not achieve objectivities of communication. Are you getting me? So, number one rules of communication is that you have to communicate in that person in a way that such person will understand it. So number 2 is, they said, elicits receiver's response. Assuming we are more than 2, I could have asked somebody to just go and check more definition of elicits, but I will just have to move on because we don't have time and we are just 2. So number 2 says that elicits receiver's response. So this is talking about me talking to you. What did I say now? I said you should unmute, Abi. I asked Abib to unmute too. I wanted to be sure that is Abib listening to us. So what he said, his reply was a response to me. Okay, this person, they are listening to me. You understand? So I can't just tell you that, okay, we are starting class by 2 without getting a response from you that are we on the same page? So any communication must base on you as a sender having the mind that I need to know if this person is getting what I'm saying. You need to listen to that person's response. Yes or no. You understand? I love you.
Yes,
I love you. In a biblical way. So I need to understand you. Do you understand what I'm saying? I say I love you. then you have to, then if you understand it the way I am talking, if you understand this in the biblical way, you actually said it back to me that, ma, I love you too. You understand? But someone that doesn't understand will actually feel somehow and feel odd that, why will you be telling me that you love me? Are you getting me? So you need to be sure that that person understands what you are saying in that person's response. So let me give you an illustration on it. Illustration says that a written wedding invitation, for instance, may elicit one of the following responses. The receiver may write to notify the sender of his or her intention to attend or not to attend. The receiver may also attend without giving notice to the sender. Yet, another possible reaction could be that the receiver may not attend without notifying the sender. So, a message that does not elicit the right response obviously does not achieve its aim. The sender would therefore encourage response if the message is worded in a way as to elicit single, most appropriate and desired response. Are you getting me? So if I have to give you a wedding invitation, I just give it to you. I didn't even ask you, are you coming or you're not coming? So me giving you the wedding invitation does not justify the roles of communication. Because I need to give you a wedding invitation. Babe, are you coming? Yes or no? If you are coming, okay, I need to add your plates to the caterer. Okay, Mao, these so people are coming, 20 people are coming. You can't just give information like that without getting a response if the person actually understand what you are saying or not. So number 3 says that create good relation. Are you getting me?
Yes, ma.
So create good relation means that when you want to communicate, you need to communicate positively, regardless of the situation you are. You need to communicate positively, whether you are in bad mood, whether you are in good mood. Communication does not allow us to communicate in a negative way. Are you getting me? Are you getting what I'm saying, Aishat?
Yes, ma.
Except if we are still going to the entertainment part, which is number 6. But number 3 says that create good relation. According to that number 3, whenever you want to communicate, make sure you are communicating in a modest way, in an appropriate way. So let me give you an illustration of this. Are you listening? They said,
Yes, ma.
hello. They said, hey, Bimpe, go to my office now and attend to my clients waiting for me and behave yourself. So that's a way this boss communicates to sales assistant. But I can say that instead of communicating like this, you can actually communicate in another positive way, like saying, hello Bimpe, how are you? Please kindly go to my office as soon as possible to attend to my clients waiting for me. Please treat them well. Bye for now. You know, they are both saying the same thing. The body of the communication is that go to my office and attend to my clients, as simple as that. But one sounds more politely than the other one. You understand? So exactly. So as a child accountant to be, in anything you do, you have to, especially in communication, you have to make sure you are very, very careful on what you want to say, and you have to make it formal and politely. Are you getting me? So number 4 says that create organization goodwill. Do you know the meaning of goodwill?
Good what?
Goodwill. I said create organizational goodwill. Do you know the meaning of goodwill?
Yes, ma.
Okay, you have been taught in class. You know, goodwill is not tangible. It's not a money. It's just as a result of what you have done, what you
you aim for.
Exactly. So let me just read. Since you understand that, let me read the illustration. So they said, and customer relationship staff. You know, customer relationship now, CRS. those ones in charge of communication to stakeholders. Like when you go to bank, they'll ask you, are you going to meet the customer relationship officer, or you understand? They are the one that deals directly to the stakeholders. I'm sorry, to the stakeholders. The customers are part of the stakeholders, so they did directly to us. So they can actually employ a cashier with a little rigorous assignment. But when it comes to customer relationship staff, you need to employ them, making sure that they are aware of their position, because customer relationship is not just a post. It's a post for people that have good communication skills. Are you getting me? So I can say, they said customer relationship staff misbehaving to stakeholders unethically because they are not his or her direct bosses. That is not what this communication, this rules is teaching us. But rather than this, they are saying that customer relationship staff should communicate properly to the stakeholders the way you communicate to your boss, regardless of their level of rank of impacting to the organization. You know, customers have ranks. There are people in the banks that they only have just 1,000 naira in their account, while there are people that have millions of naira. So according to communication, according to rules in communication, if you want to utilize the purpose of communication, you don't treat people because of who they are or because of what they have. You understand? You treat people equally in an appropriate manner to enable, to help in the organization goal, which goodwill is part of it. So when they give the organization review, this their customer relationship staff are good, they are nice, it is automatically adding to the organization's goodwill. You understand? So you need to talk to our stakeholders. We have suppliers, we have government, anybody connected to the, even people in the environment. People that they'll just be passing and just be looking at your banner. But there are also stakeholders too. So you need to treat them accordingly. So number 5 is we have inform. Do you know the meaning of inform? Like information itself. Inform.
Yes, to pass information, Abi.
Yes. Like
no, to be informed about something.
Yes. Imagine Jesus just came to earth. Mary gave birth to Jesus. Jesus just reached 36 and went to the cross and go and die. Like, who is going to know? But he made a lot of awareness. This is the purpose why I am here. This is why I'm going to die. You understand? Exactly. So in information, you have to tell me. You know, in class, I'm always asking you guys, do you understand? I won't be a good communicator if I have to come to the class and teach you guys and go. But because we're actually going another way. Information is me knowing what to teach you, and I'm teaching you. You remember that day that one of the lecturer was telling me that we should just come to class and introduce you to the topic and leave. But you know that's not a proper way to inform you about the topic. Understand? Okay, I can say that, okay, chapter 1 is like this. It's actually part of informing too. But when you want to inform, you don't just inform that, okay, Ashake and Aishat, that clothes you are wearing is short, and that's all. When you want to inform, you will inform explicitly. You will inform very well. Aishat, this cloth is short. These are the things that will happen. This is the society we have. You are in Nigeria, blah blah. Are you getting me? So even when you want to inform people, you need to inform in the appropriate way, so that they're going to understand what you're saying. Don't just keep things to your mind. Okay, I know that she's about to sit on a pit. She doesn't know, and I'm looking at you like this, and I expect you not to sit there without informing you. Is that possible? You know that there are people like that they will not talk. But if you want to be a good communicator, you need to learn when to talk. You can't actually I know you can't be a talkative, but know the right time to talk. I think I talk about it in class. I was telling you that know the right information to say. Don't say the right thing at the wrong time. You understand? So when you know this thing, this person that's supposed to be aware of this thing, you tell them. Communication skills. okay, I know you have certificates in the communication skills. Like I'm saying in that scenario. I know this particular person has certificate in the communication skills, and I know that he might not even he might not even know that customers are always right. Because I have met a lot of people that they have this CS certificate, because I have certificate too. So I have colleagues that when you see them in action, why are you doing like this? You won't keep short. You have to tell them, they have to be aware of it. Babe, customer is always right though. Whether they are bringing 1 naira or 100 naira, I know you don't know, but let me inform you now. Customers are always right. Are you getting me? So that's the part of informing. Let me give you illustration on it. They said keeping ideas, belief, and thoughts or attributes which stimulate a sender to communicate with others for the purpose of awakening their consciousness about the body of facts available to the receiver, rather than informing people about it by communication. They said this keeping this inside is not portraying you as knowing and understanding the roles of communication. Do you get me? So which means you have to talk about your ideas, you have to talk about your belief, you have to talk about your thoughts, and you have to talk when you know that these people are not aware of this thing. So that's all for communication. So let's move to the last one, which is number 6. Number 6 says that entertain. Do you understand the meaning of entertainment? So the purpose of entertainment is to make people happy, is to make people smile. You know, we are talking about positivity of communication. So entertainment is part of it. You are aware that this your cashier she's always busy. There are too much customer. She's having a lot of customers. You are always having customers, so she's always busy. So you can see her face that she's not smiling. So you can try to use the communication, this part of communication, this part of rules of communication, which is the entertainment part. You can try to make joke around her, so that you just be able to change her facial expression, which customers will not understand. You know, customers won't understand that she has been going through a lot. But you as the managing director, you as the general accountant, that you are aware of this knowledge. You try to make joke beside them, try to say something that will make them smile. You understand? So that they can continue with the portrayal of the organization goal. Are you getting me? So let me give you illustration on this. They said an act of creating relief temporarily or permanent to people that need it in ways of gesture and stories and jokes. You understand? So people who need it, you won't just talk randomly. You just go anywhere and start making jokes. No. Communication has to be very, very important. What you are saying has to be very, because you won't just crack jokes because you want to crack jokes. People crack jokes because they want people around them to be smiling. They want them to laugh. You understand? So if you are in a situation like this and you think there's something you need to say, something you can do that will positively change the environment, you have to do it because you are aware of this. So do you get me? So, Mr. Habib, I will continue. I'll just continue with you. Okay, Aisha is back. So there's something called.
My network is connected. That's why.
Don't worry. I will still send you the recorded this thing. So when we are starting this course, I told you we are going to talk about communication and rules of communication. So we are done with rules of communication. But there's this thing they added to it. They add human communication. Before I define it, do you understand human communication? Aisha?
Are you talking to me, ma?
Yes. I said before I defined human communication.
Yes, I understand all the things you said, ma. Yes, ma.
Like I'm talking about another topic, which is human communication. Human, HUMAN. Human communication. Do you understand what human communication is?
It's about communication.
Communicating to human, Abi?
Abi, you can explain. Yes.
So if we have human communication, and you know that this word does not comprise of human alone, it means we are going to have non-human communication. Am I right?
Yeah.
So, definition of human communication is this is strictly limited to attempts to relate to fellow humans. I think that is understandable. Then the non-human communication is the opposite of human communication. That is communicating to machines, animals, extraterrestrial bodies, that is alien from space. Do you get that? Which means,
I didn't hear you, Emma.
okay, I said we have two communication. We have the human communication and we have the
Human communication and
yes, and the non-human.
communication.
So the human communication is the one we are having now.
Non-human.
The human one is the one we are having now. So the non-human is the one we have with machine, the one we have with robots, the one we have with our computer, the one we have with animal, the one we have with our pets at home, and the one we have with extraterrestrial bodies, that is alien from space. Anybody can meet aliens and have communication with them. So it's also communication, but it's under non-human communication, not human communication. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So we are done with that. We are done with the chapter. So I want us to move to questions. So are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So question 1 says that the following are features of communication, except the following are features of communication, except what other names, what other things do they call features? Characteristics, Abby.
What do you say, ma'am?
I said, what other names do we call features? Features. Features.
Okay, what other picture?
Like, what other name do people call features? Like characteristics, Abby.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So they're telling us that the following, like, it means they gave us features of communication. They gave us characteristics of information, except a particular one. So just listen as I call it. A says that it involves more than an individual. Are they right or wrong? It involves more than an individual. Are they right or wrong?
More options, ma'am.
I'm going to read from option A to E, but each option I read, you have to tell me whether it is part of the features or it is not part of the features. So shall I call the A again? So A says that information, that is communication that we are talking about, they say it involves more than an individual. An individual means a person. So they're saying that communication involves more than a person. Is that true or is that false?
It's false.
Aisha. So B, let me read the other one, irregardless of whether we have seen the answers or not. Are you listening?
Am I correct with the other answer?
What did you say?
Am I correct with the other answer? The other answer.
You will know if you are correct when we are done with the A to E. You will know yourself that you are correct. Oh yeah, should we go to B? B says that it is not limited to the art of writing. Do you get what I said?
Unhuman communication. Is it the future of unhuman communication?
The following are features of communication. That is characteristics of communication. So let me read that A again for you. Let me read that A again. That A says that it involves more than an individual. Yes or no? If it is yes, then it means it's part of the features.
Yes,
Yes, which means it's part of the features, Abi.
Yes.
Number 2 says that it involves transmission of information. Yes or no?
Yes, ma. It involves now.
So that's correct too.
Correct.
So C says that it is not limited to the art of writing. Sir, kill us, sir. Kill us, sir. Yes.
Students in your class, it's only one person that is responding.
Abib said he's always with us, but he's at work, but he's on earpiece. Abib, oya talk o. Àwọn ti gbé fóònù lẹ̀. O trust ẹ orí ẹ pé. So should we continue? Abib, you can unmute. I just want to confirm that you are here.
What did you say, ma?
Oh yeah, let's continue. So theory says that it is not limited to the acts of writing. Is it? Yes or no? It is not limited to the art of writing. Aishat, communication is not limited to art of writing. Is that correct or no? Should I repeat it?
No, it's limited.
They said it is not limited, Abi, to the art of writing, which is yes. Am I right? Am I correct?
Yes,
So D says that it is limited to art of speaking. Is that correct?
To art of speaking.
Yes. It is limited to art of speaking. Is that correct?
Correct.
What did he say?
Yes, ma.
Aisha is not correct though. How will you say communication is limited to art of speaking? Is it only speaking that we communicate with? Those we communicate with body language. So which means they are wrong, Abi? It is limited to the art of speaking. Is a lie. It's a lie. It's wrong, Abi. Do you understand it?
Yes, ma.
So let me just call the E. E says that it promotes good human relationship, which is yes, Abi. So let's go to question 2, should we? Shall we? Aisha, should we go to question 2? Should we go to question 2? So question 2 states that which of the following is not a role of communication? Question 2 states that which of the following is not a role of communication? Shogbami. Which of the following is not a role of communication? Do you get that?
Yes, ma.
So even though you are not writing down, at least we've said a lot. So even if I'm calling the answer, if I'm calling the options that does not have anything to do with what you have said since morning, you will know that this is not part of it, Abi.
Yes.
So A says that providing information.
Hello.
Sir?
Why don't you, to reduce your stress, why don't you screenshot the platform better than the thing?
I was supposed to give them slides, but notes me. Then my answers is here already, so I don't want them to see it. But we're already done with the class. We are only doing the question, and here I have this objective. I have 5 questions, which we just finished 1. Then German question I have 4. Why the theory I have just 2.
I can see that. If not that, the question. You should have reduced your stress to screenshot the answer. I mean the question, send it to the platform, let them be reading it and be answering. Because I can see the network is causing a lot of issues. So it's stressing on the
Yes.
question and asking the answer as well.
So kí wá ní ká ṣe báyìí?
The question
Should I shorten the question?
No, are the questions from the icon pack?
Yes.
Okay, I can help you to sort the questions from the icon pack.
Okay. Ẹ lọ sí chapter 1 ẹ máa rí ń bẹ̀. Ẹ bá a screenshot ẹ̀ so àwọn máa ṣe class lọ. Tẹ́ bá ti send ẹ̀ ẹ yẹ ká mọ̀. So Aisha, let's just continue till Oga send us the screenshots. Chogba. So number 2 says that which of the following is not a role of communication? Shebi, you know the rules of communication. We just discussed it, Abi. So I'll start calling options. You tell me whether they are part of it or they are not part of it. Should I? A says providing information. Yes.
This is not that. Which of this
Is not.
is not among the
Yes, it means 4 is part of it, but the last one is not part of it. It means number 5 is not part of it. So number 1 says that providing information, is it part of it or not?
part of it.
Orí ẹ pé. Number 2 says that promoting goodwill, is it part of it or not?
It's part of it.
Number 3 says that creating conflicts, is it part of it or not? Creating conflicts and dájà sílẹ̀.
It's not part
It's not part
of it.
of it. So number 4 says that promoting education, which is what we are doing now. Number 5 says that providing entertainment, which we have discussed, Abi.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's move to question 3. So question 3 states that which of the following constitutes human communication? Shebi, you remember the definition of human communication I told you? Aisha, do you remember the definition of human communication? Aisha. Do you remember the definition of human communication?
Yes, but
So this question says that which of the following constitutes human communication? Shall I read?
yes, ma'am.
A says that man and woman, are they right or wrong?
A says what?
A says that human communication constitutes man and woman. Are they right or wrong?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
God bless you. So B says that man and animal, they are not right. That is non-human communication. C says that woman and alien, that is non-human. D says that man and bees, that is still non-human. E says that man and machine, that is non-human.
That is not human.
So let's move to number 4.
Questions are on the platform now.
Oh yeah.
Which of the following
yeah,
is
go
not a communication?
God, send it to the platform. Yeah, let's go to it. Let's go to number 4.
I don't see it well, though.
You can't see it well, okay?
Lord.
It's blocked, okay?
Which of the following is not a dash? I not see this one of communication.
Don't worry, if you don't see it, I'll complete it here. They said which of the following is not a constituent of communication? Just read that.
Yes, I've seen it. I can see it well now. Which of the following is not a constituent?
Do you know the meaning of constituent? Do you know the meaning of
No, ma.
constituent? Constituent.
I did not know, ma.
Constituency
Oh,
in
mommy,
Benin.
Nene.
Yes.
Constituency is a electoral district.
No, don't worry. I will explain to you in my slide. So, according to this objective, I become quick. I just this option they gave us. Which one did you think that has nothing to do with communication? Number 4. Can you see it,
Should I
Aisha?
read it out?
Aisha, they say sender. Sender. Sender means who wants to send the communication. So you can't say he's not part of it. B, they say B receiver. Receiver means who is receiving the information. So is part of it, Abi.
Yes, ma.
C, they say action. I don't understand what they mean by action, no. Maybe you are trying to define verb. I don't understand. So I don't know anything about that C. But D say that channel. The process of communicating from the sender to the receiver is called channel, Abi.
Yes,
So it's part of it. So it says that feedback. Feedback is what we talked the other time, like response. You need to, you won't just talk. They need to give you reply. So I think it too is part of it. So the odd one is action. Abi, am I right?
yes, ma.
So which means our answer is action. So let's go to number 5. Oh yeah, read number 5.
Yes, ma. Which of the following is not a stakeholder in the promoting of original book?
Before you go to the information, do you know the meaning of stakeholders?
A. Stakeholders. I don't really know it.
Okay.
To my definition, but I don't know, Sha.
Oh yeah, tell me your definition. Tell me your definition.
Maybe I understand more.
Tell me your definition.
I don't know how to put it.
Okay, you know what? Stakeholders, they are people, entity, things that has to do with an organization. Shareholders, they are under stakeholders. Are you listening? The government, Ijoba. Yes. Government, Ijoba, they are under stakeholders. Customers, àwọn tó ń bá wa rajà, they are under stakeholders. Suppliers, àwọn tó ń tajà fún wa, they are under stakeholders. People, èèyàn, just èèyàn, wọ́n ti bá wa rajà, but èèyàn ni wọ́n wà aware of ọjà wa. Wọ́n lè má bá wa rajà lónìí, but wọ́n lè bá wa rà lọ́la, they are under stakeholders. Lenders, àwọn banks tó máa yá wa ní loan, they are under stakeholders. So, which means that in this option, anything that does not correlate with the company, doesn't correlate with the company, correlate pẹ̀lú èèyàn tó link mọ́ company yìí, it is not stakeholder. Do you get it? So when you said organizations and motto ni o, àbí company assets ni o, company asset is not stakeholder o. But you know it's part of the company, so but it's not stakeholder. So yeah, read the options and pick the odd one out.
A. Customers. B. Government. That's the only slide.
Oh yeah, go to the second slide. And download the second one. Picture me one sent.
There's only one here.
It's only one. Okay. Oh my wallet, how is it there?
Okay, I've seen the second one.
Oh yeah.
I've seen it. The company or car.
Okay.
Community suppliers.
Okay. So can I answer by?
Company car.
Yeah. Let's get the line. So let's go to German question. Can you see the short answer question?
Ma?
Can you see the short answer questions? If you can see, so yeah, read it. Read number 1.
Yes, ma.
Yeah, read number 1.
In communication.
So what's the answer? Aishat. Miss Aishat. Miss Aisha. Habib, are you able to read? Or if you can read it, can you just unmute and give us your answer? Give us answer and unmute back. Habib, Mr. Habib. Mr. Habib. Oh yeah, read it. Oga send the question to the platform. Oh yeah, read it. Read that German question. Number 1. In communication, dash confirms the understanding of the message. Okay. Okay, we have to wait for Aisha to come back.
Yeah.
But are you getting what we have been saying since morning?
Yeah, I listen to some, but some I don't listen to them.
Oh, don't worry, I will also send you slides so you go over it. So you can't answer this. So you can't answer this German question.
Yeah, I will call you back. Like this looks very tight for me.
Okay, no problem. So we can't continue the class again, or should we stop the class? Mr. Moses. Got is not here. So let me just continue reading it so that you can actually listen to it in the screen recording that I'm going to send to you guys. So the German question number 1 says that in communication, dash confirms the understanding of the message. Dash confirms the understanding of the message. Oga?
Hello.
Sir?
Yeah, I was snapping the chapter 2 questions
Okay.
while you were calling me.
Okay.
So I couldn't myself.
Okay, sir.
That's
Okay, yeah, she's back. Welcome back. Oh yeah, read the question and answer. Miss Aisha. Miss Aisha. Okay, let me just continue reading it so you can just go back to the video. Okay, or until you come online. So that number 1 says that in communication, dash confirms the understanding of the message. The other time that I was explaining. What was I explaining the other time about response? Okay, I was talking about number 2, the response. Let me just continue saying it so that they can, so that I should just go through. Yes, I'm doing screen record. I'm doing screen record. So I asked them to go later on it because she said she's not with her notes. So she'll still go back to this screen record because I can't go back to this topic. So the new student that will be joining, I'll be sending them the screen record so they can go back to it too. So I just want to finish the question so that they'll be able to understand it in the video.
Okay. Wrap up the class.
Yes, I'll wrap up the class. So in rows of information, I think number 2, I talk about elicit and receiver's response. That is, you need to get feedback from people before you can understand that you actually communicate good in a good manner to them. So this question says that in communication, that dash confirms the understanding of response. So the answers will either be and you can't in communication, dash confirms the understanding of the message. Response of that person's will confirm the understanding of that message. You can actually write response and you can actually write feedback. They are synonyms to each other. Anything that has to do with feedback and response will be your answer. So number 7, which is number 2 German question, says that communication is a dash process. Communication is a dash process. The process of communication is from the beginning and the end, from the receiver and from the sender and the receiver, and that is two-way end. So in this kind of question, when the examiner asks you that communication is a dash process, you don't write sender or receiver, just write two-way. So the answer is two-way. Number 3, they said body language is part of dash. As I said it the other time, that is not only talking or writing down is communication. You can also communicate through body language. So the answer is communication. They said body language is part of communication. So number 4 says that in a business environment, the dash of all stakeholders is a critical factor for success. We talk about goodwill. So anything that is non-financial, that has to do with organization, that has to do with success of organization, is always goodwill. So they said in a business environment, the goodwill of all stakeholders is a critical factor of success. So the answer is goodwill. So the last question in German question, we have communication is vital in both formal and dash relationship. Anywhere you see formal, you know that the opposite will be informal. So communication is vital in both formal way and informal relationship. So that's all for now. So we are in theory part. Theory part is just 2 questions. Question 1 says that you should briefly define terms of communication. So you give them all the knowledge you have in communication, and anything you are writing, whether you are writing jargons or you are writing something reasonable, make sure there are channels in your definition. Make sure you mention the receiver, you mention the sender. Make sure you mention body language. Make sure you mention the characteristics of communication in your definition. So number 2 says that we should state and explain briefly any 4 roles, goals, or communication. So you don't have to say it the way I can said it. The way I can was saying their story. And facilitate recipient level of understanding, elicit receiver response, create goodwill. You don't have to say it like that. You just as you remember, you say it. This number 4 says that creates organization goodwill. If you can't remember it like that, at least you remember goodwill. Just write goodwill and now give them explanation and explain on it, because they say you should list and explain. So just write goodwill and explain what you mean by that. So they say entertainment. Entertainment is easier to remember. Just write entertainment and explain what you mean by that. The inform one, just write inform or information, anyone you remember, and explain what you mean by that. The other one is create good relation. If you don't understand, if you can't remember to write create good relation, you shall remember what I said, that you need to be positive in your information. Just write it there, positivity of information, and write what you mean by that. So the examiner will understand that you are talking about creation of good relationship. So we have elicit receiver response. Tó bá ṣáà rántí mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta, wàá ṣáà rántí feedback, wàá rántí response. Just write it there, response, and give the definition. While you are even defining it, you might actually remember that it is called elicit receiver information. You understand? So, and the last one is understanding, level of understanding. I said facilitate recipient level of understanding. If you don't remember it like that, you shall remember level of understanding. So you just write level of understanding and you explain what you mean by that. So that is all for today's class. So I just hope and I pray everybody will be there in our next class, and I pray you get this, you totally get what I've explained. And if there's any question, you can actually come to the group chat and put your question there, which we are going to answer you. So thanks for your time. God bless you. Oga? Yeah, I'm done. I want to cut it now. Okay, bye-bye, sir.